So it does feel a little bit different starting in the spring. Obviously, for me, I'm used to the fall schedule. Our incoming freshmen, especially, are probably more comfortable with this because club season usually falls in the spring. But I think we're doing pretty well. We've had about a week and a half of practices, and definitely the work we put in the fall is beginning to pay off. Our freshmen don't look like freshmen anymore. They look like veterans at this point. So I think we're starting to gel and starting to really get some momentum leading up to the first game. Yes, Liz Sims and Brooke Sorensen are our two seniors this year. Abigail Neal graduated in December, and we miss her presence, but we're glad that she was able to go ahead and move forward with her plans. Liz is a returning 2-year, possibly 3-year starter. Brings a lot of on-court experience to us, will be a dominant outside for us. Definitely serving in a captain role and has earned those stripes with the work she's put in the last few years. Brooke Sorensen brings an amazing level of leadership to the team. I think we see that in the way that she's respected as the president of our SAC council. Has done a great job there, brings that leadership to the court, has some good experience on the court as well. I think is a solid right side, a solid blocker for us, and one of our most consistent players. And so they're going to bring a lot of stability to the program as we go into the spring season. Juniors, I would look specifically at Carrie Dill. We call her Pickle. She's done a good job in the middle for us, and I think is going to hold a good role in the middle for us. Has been a hard worker already. Amanda Schmidt is stepping forward as our team chaplain and really focusing in on the spiritual needs of the girls, and has a great heart and great attitude for it. Emily Roris is going through a transition right now in that we're shorthanded in the setter position, and we found out she has great hands, and because she's an easygoing personality, was more than willing to move into that role for us, and will be serving as a backup setter for us this spring. Yes, we've got two great sophomores. Faith Keating returns as a critical outside hitter for us. Maggie Troxel will also be giving us critical time as a hitter. Both of them played a critical role last year. Faith was one of our all-conference players. Maggie came on late in that her first year. She actually had mono coming into the season, but as she recovered from that in the late season, she became a critical player for us down the stretch in postseason play, giving us critical minutes in some great games. Very well. We are bringing in a very experienced group this year, and that I believe in almost our entire freshman class played pretty high-level club as well, and so a lot of game experience. I do think we've got a couple specifics that we can mention, in that our setter this spring will be a freshman. Sarah Webb is coming in to step into the setting shoes, and I think is doing a great job with that already. I think we're going to see a lot of new faces on the floor from our freshman class, in that we have a lot of open slots going in. I can't try to name every single one of them, but I think you're going to see a lot of fresh faces coming from the freshman class, and I think the confidence they're bringing and their game experience is going to make a big difference on the floor. Well, I think we have to get off to a great start this year, and that's in a normal season, but because we only get every team once, we have to put ourselves in a good position right away. We don't want to have to try to come from behind, starting slow and giving ourselves the excuse that we're a young team. Every program is going through something new this spring, and the programs that are the most prepared and the most flexible and adaptable are the teams that I think are going to be successful. And so we're trying to keep a level of flexibility, an open mind, controlling what we can control, and not allowing those uncontrollable things to take us out of our plan. I think when it comes to the game itself, we want to have a stronger presence in the middle. I think with our recruiting class that came in, we're going to be much better there. We have a lot of experience on the outside hitter position, so I think we're going to be solid in that area. We were a good defensive team in the back row, but we want to be a little bit better with our block this year. So you'll see a very focused effort defensively to do a great job with our front line. We're also going to work very hard to be strong with our serving, because I do think, especially this spring with people shaking off the rust, if we can come out and be an aggressive serving team and get teams out of system early on, we can really control some matches as we go through the spring.